Welcome to HumanityWins.net. Please read the important disclaimer on your screen. All of the content provided is for entertainment purposes only. It should not be taken as medical or legal advice. Please contact your doctor or lawyer if you require such advice. Thank you. The show starts right now. Hello, welcome to episode 64 from June the 3rd of the year 2022. Today's a Friday. I know this is the second episode of the day. This is a special episode. I was not planning to do this episode or this subject, honestly, and I just want to level with you. The reason I'm doing this is I went into a rabbit hole with the Flat Earth episode. I was expecting some reaction from the Flat Earth believers, but honestly, I didn't handle it well. And I want to make this episode just to explain you what went on, what I learned, the mistakes I made. It's very important for me. I know this episode is not going to go high views. The title is not exciting. The subject is not exciting. So I'm trying to reach the subscribers of the show, the loyal viewers of the show, because instead of reaching out to you individually, I'm just going to make this video. And you know what? It's an interesting subject. What I think I found out, what my inner heart resonator told me, and what especially yesterday evening, I didn't want to go, by the way, into this on the nuclear energy episode, and I wanted to explain it here. That's why I don't know why I'm explaining it in both episodes, okay? So basically what happened is Flat Earth is such a special subject because the way I wanted to see it is, okay, let's make a scientific debate. I'm going to present evidence pro-Flat Earth. All the evidence is based on visuals. I'm sorry, guys. If you are pro-Flat Earth, you're going to get upset. Maybe stop the video because it's all based on visuals, okay? So I gave it a fair chance in my heart that by presenting how they claim that through how the sun is, what they call the way the outer space is just a line, and the stars and everything that the video show. Again, if you're a linear thinker, and we're going to see a video in a few minutes of linear through compared to spherical thinking. If you're a linear thinker and you believe that's the absolute truth, then of course you're going to believe the earth is flat, okay? I'm trying to see things a little bit different, open to other things. So because there are arguments both ways, and I always sided with the fact that we're not the center of the universe, we're not that special, that is more like a spiritual thing to me, that the earth has to be a sphere. And I don't care if it's a sphere or flat, guys. You didn't get it, actually, the ones that got very aggressive. I don't care anyway if it's flat or a sphere. I care that we are part of a higher system, of a beautiful system called the universe, and we're just a small part. We don't play that big of a part that the Flat Earth community wants us to believe. So I don't care about Flat Earth, okay? I don't care anyway. I thought it was an interesting subject to make it, and yesterday was a bad day for me because of this, because basically, in a nutshell, I got a lot of responses. They were very aggressive, they were not respectful, they were not educated. Okay, guys, if you want to make an argument and if you start insulting the other part of the argument and saying that you read 10 books, 50 books, whatever, and for not believing in Flat Earth, you're a shield, you're a Freemason, you're a Jew, and I don't get offended to be called any of those. I didn't get offended at all. It's just not a respectful way to discuss things. So basically, this episode is not going to go for long because this is the second episode of the day and the subject doesn't merit it. But I want to show you a comment from BitChute from the latest Wake in the Future episode. This comment resonated with me 100%. I didn't include the poster because, I wanted to be like anonymous because I don't know if he would like for me to present his username. But I do present a link to the video and you can go and watch and look at the comment if you like, if it's something that interests you, and maybe even you can reply if you want. But the comment is great. It's great. It resonates with me from start to finish. Okay, I'm going to present it on the screen and I'm going to read it to you. All right? 1 second. Okay, so this comment is on the latest Wake in the Future video on BitChute. I include the direct link to the video on the show notes. So you might want to look into that. If you're a BitChute user, if you have an account, you might want to upvote it if you like, or even reply to it if you like. And it's a great chance for you, if you haven't done so, to look our friends from Wake in the Future. It's the best alternative channel out there, in my humble opinion. Is the one I watch all the episodes complete on normal speed. I don't fast forward anything. I don't present it on faster speeds. And for me, these guys are great and are getting great video by video. They're figuring a lot of things out, and I'm very happy for them. So without further ado, I'm going to read, for the ones just listening, I'm going to read the comment. This is great stuff, guys. People who are in the present can be fooled too easy, just like nature. Okay, I'm going to start again. I'm going to be interjecting my feelings, all right? So here we go again. People who are in the present can be fooled too easy, just like nature. Yes, nature, it's a wonderful comparison. We are no match to nature, okay? Nature, organic things, nothing that is related to artificial, it's way much better than the things we do, okay? So I just love that when in the first sentence he's interjecting nature like that. Nature can be fooled too easy, okay? Thinking is the best method there is to disconnect us from accessing that higher natural intelligence and intuition that being present connects us to. Intuition I've heard described as knowing without knowing. Okay, I think without mentioning the word, he is talking about wisdom here, okay? Some people refer to wisdom as intuition, and I personally believe that we have animal intuition, that's a whole different thing, that's based on automatic systems we have, of trying to figure out if we're in a danger situation, if, for example, if we're hungry, we look for food, if we need certain minerals. For example, I've shared with this on several episodes. When you want a chocolate, you might be low in magnesium. When you want a banana, you might be low on potassium, or a tomato. The body is very smart in the way, but that's animal intuition, okay? That doesn't have to do anything even with knowledge or wisdom, okay? And intuition inside you, in your heart resonator, that's your wisdom, and that's far better than knowledge. And there's no, it's not even possible to compare the two, okay? And that never makes you feel smart. Wisdom never makes you feel smart. If you feel you're very smart, or the self-declared smartest person in the world, as we're going to see in a video in a few seconds, I don't think you're that smart, okay? That's my, I'm just a crazy guy talking in the internet. That's my opinion, that's my intuition, that the more wisdom you get, the less smart you are, and you're feeling great about it. You want to learn more, you want to open more. You are not saying, you know what, I'm very smart, I don't need any more. No. And I think, unfortunately, guys, from Flat Earth, it's not that I'm judging you, it's not that I'm criticizing you, but I do feel a lot of entitled, self-declared, very smart people out there with the Flat Earth community, okay? I think I want to understand where this rage is coming from. Well, let me keep going with the comment, because this is great stuff, full of breadcrumbs. Could there be something to why they get everyone to go to school and read newspapers and storybooks and watch movies, etc., 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 to keep us thinking and lost in our heads? Surely not. Of course they do. That's the system. That's why I'm not anti-brain. I'm not saying don't pick up a book. I'm saying don't let it control you, just like religions. Make knowledge work for you, not against you. Make religions work for you, not against you. Everything. You can read the Bible. That's perfect. Just don't make it control you. If it's controlling you, that's the system, okay? And these two sentences, I'm going to read them again, because could there be something to why they get everyone to go to school? Yes, they force you to go to school. I mean, it's in many countries, you cannot, the children have to go to school, okay? It's a law. If not, the parents get in trouble. And read newspapers and storybooks and watch movies, etc., 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 to keep us thinking and lost in our heads? Surely not. Yes, of course they do. That's the system. Bullshit baffles brains comes to mind. Yes. I'm just going to laugh with that because it's absolutely true. I call my mind the hostage taker because it's constantly trying to hijack my attention. That's just what it does. When people talk about peace of mind, this is a myth, another lie they've sold us. The nature of the mind is activity. We just have to stop identifying with it, like Joel says. When I stop identifying with the mind and start identifying with the spirit and points, we all need to come to our senses and be present, but it takes some people time to get it. In my opinion, thinking is the trap. Thinking is overrated. Yes, of course it is. Thinking is a prison. Yes. Yes. I'm sorry, I had to clap. Yes, thinking is a trap. Thinking is overrated. Thinking is a prison. Yes, and yes. Okay? And a little slight difference of feeling here. Yes, there's a way to get peace of mind. That's called meditation. That's called putting your senses in idle. The mind is excited by the senses, okay? So you put the senses in idle. If you learn to do that, that's very easy to achieve, but you just have to practice it. You put your senses in idle, the mind will go to its basic levels. The mind is always on 24/7. If not, you die. If the mind goes to zero, you die, okay? And actually, that was what happens. And even there are reports from scientists says that when you physically die, the mind is still going for a few minutes or hours or something like that. So it's unwinding in a way. Yeah, the mind has to go, but if you are the ones that have a lot of ideas in your brain, try to meditate, okay? And ask for help, ask to be connected, and ask, can you please help me lower, calm my mind, peace of mind? It's possible, yes, but in a way, maybe he's saying different words, the same meaning, stop identifying with it, yes, like make it go to peace, okay? Say, mind, I'm not gonna pay attention to you, so the mind has like a excited puppy, has to say, okay, I'm going to relax myself and I'm going to go to idle, but it cannot stop, okay? When you stop, you physically die. I'm not saying stop your mind, that's impossible. But you can lower the revolutions, okay, the RPMs, lower them to a basic level. Like a car that is very excited, say 5,000, 6,000 RPMs, you can lower it to 1,000, to 800 RPMs when you get your car running the basic level of the car, okay? And it's way different to be so excited. And I think flat earthers have their mind at 6,000 RPMs all the time. And that's what, reading stuff and reading more, and you can see this mountain from 300 miles away, that's proof, and they're just excited, they're barking at the wrong tree, all right? Their mind is playing tricks for them. Finally, can't say enough about how valuable, okay, this is thank you for Week in the Future, I'm gonna read anyway. Can't say enough about how valuable and appreciate these talks are, guys. They trigger so many solutions to things. Keep on doing what you do. Positivity and power to you and yours later. Yes, the guys from Work in the Future are incredible, are really great. I'm really grateful I found them. They gave me my first opportunity to speak about this. They got me going. My RPMs of speaking about this got me going thanks to Wake in the Future. Change is near, will not exist if not for Wake in the Future. And that's why they're in the show notes, and they're going to be in the show notes forever as friends. And that's why I share with you the possibility if you want to go to awaken-attire.com. That's the shop they have set up to help them attain independence, to leave their jobs. There are two guys that work, and they want to leave their jobs and do Wake in the Future full time. Imagine how incredible that will be. All right, so having said that, we're going to watch a video from David Wilcox and Mike Adams again. It's very short, it's like 2 minutes, but I'm not going to say what they talk about, but I'm going to present it, and then I'm going to give you my feelings on the video and my final feelings on this whole thing about the flat earth and what I learned and all of that. All right, let's watch the video together.
Really presents it the way you do. So thank you for joining us.
Yeah, I mean, the host of Coast to Coast AM, George Norrie, said publicly more than once that he thought I was the smartest person he knew, and he literally interviewed everybody.
He did interview. Yeah, a lot of people. You are a very high IQ individual. You're very observant. So let's start with the first question.
Yeah, actually, they call it autism or Asperger's or something like that, but I've made the best of it.
I hear you. Yeah, I mean, we all have challenges and struggles, but what you deal with, I think, is information overload because you can't turn off your brain. So you're getting all these data points, and your brain is assimilating them in meaningful ways. So give us your first rendition.
See, you too, Mike. I mean, every day on Situation Update, this is something I can mesh with because the way that your brain, we've talked about this a lot privately, and I wanted to have this conversation with you publicly, is the difference between a linear thinker and a spherical thinker. A spherical thinker is able to see a set of data as equidistant from the center, which is his point of cognition. So that means that you can design any linear narrative you want from the same body of data.
True. Yeah, no, you're exactly right. I like the term spherical thinking. I've heard sometimes people call it holistic thinking, or not just left brain, right brain, but whole brain thinking. But you're right that there are many, many different ways to represent the data that's coming together. But
okay, as I said, that was a short one. And before I go into the final slide, I want to comment on the video. So I don't appreciate when someone says basically what David Wilcox is implying. He's the smartest person in the planet. I don't agree. That's just my opinion. It doesn't matter in anything. And I think when someone says something like that, it's truly lack of, good taste. Or I know how to explain it. It's arrogance. It's a lot of ego pampering going on. This guy, I've resonated with him in many things he says, but there are two things in this video. Actually, it's a very long video, 1 hour and 25 minutes. I include the link in the show notes. You are invited to see it on its entirety. He also talks about the QAnon conspiracy. He went on for 20 minutes. Nothing resonated with me, okay? Nothing resonated. And I'm not sure at this point if I'm ever going to do an episode of QAnon because I believe it's very similar to Flat Earth. It will make people we don't want, maybe as subscribers of the channel, to go and try to offend and try to really have a negative discussion that I don't need, we don't need, you don't need, and it's a disservice to you. Okay, so that's what happened with Flat Earth, okay? What happened is I published the video on Wednesday, and I started getting people, criticizing what I did, which I don't have a problem at all, but they were not meaningful. They were just, taking the discussion to a lower level, a judgmental level, to a level. They were actually privately. I got some emails. I got my shield. How much money I got from publishing the video. That's funny because that's fun. That's funny, guys. How much money I got, if I was a Jew, if I was a Freemason, whatever, if I was a spawn of Satan. Okay, I've been called that before. So I decided this morning to take off all the comments and to mute and block those users. Because what happened is they were not only happy to fill the comment section of the Flat Earth video with their nonsense, they went to other videos of Change is Near to start posting aggressively, like basically talking crap, basically, which is the right to believe, but it's not. I mean, your free will ends when you start interfering with others, okay? So we have to accept interference. I accepted it, but I'm not going to accept it further, and that's where the blocking, the muting, the deleting comes. I'm going to explain it in a second, but let's go through the bullets, because I promised it was going to be a short one. So, what the Flat Earth video made me question? Are we drunk on knowledge that we believe we're so smart and are full of rage towards lesser beings we believe are stupid? I think that's what is happening with Flat Earthers, okay? I want to also say that I made the huge mistake of offering them in a respectful way the platform of the show to say, let's make a show of discussing Flat Earth to see really why you are so upset. I was not concerned about the scientific facts. I was going to allow that. Okay, I was not going to present any evidence on the contrary of Flat Earth. I was going to let them present all their books, all their visual evidence, all their trigonometry. So present the evidence, but then I wanted to have a meaningful discussion, and I don't know what I was thinking that was possible, that I wanted to have a meaningful discussion to say why the rage, why you are so upset to whoever believes the Earth is a globe, why you are so upset, why you are so upset, why everyone believing in a globe is a shield, it's a Freemason. You see, it's worse than a religion in a way, worse, and I think it's a psyop of the system. Now I'm totally convinced, now that I've experienced it directly, I'm totally convinced. The emails, the comments, I mean, even a very frequent commenter on Wake in the Future went ahead and, I have him on mute because basically what he does is he hates the messenger, not the message. He hates all my messages because they go contrary to his deep Christian faith and his deep belief in the Flat Earth. Why? Let's have a meaningful discussion. I mean, there are many people that don't think like me, and I have meaningful discussions with them, and I try to find middle ground, even if it's very little middle ground. And I want to clarify something. Family and friends, try to find any kind of middle ground. And if you don't find any, have a relationship. Just talk about sports or whatever. Places that it's very easy to have middle ground. Don't talk about the vaccine, the injection, the war, the New World Order, the Flat Earth. Don't talk about any of those things. Religions, don't talk about politics. Don't talk about any of that. Try to find other middle ground. But if you have an acquaintance or someone in the internet or something, it's perfectly normal, and I'm going to explain it in an acceptable, to mute them. I mean, after you try to have a respectful discussion, if they go attacking you, you mustn't accept that interference anymore. You mustn't, actually. That's not the law of interference. The law of interference says you mustn't interfere with others, but you must allow that initial interference, and then, for your own good, run away. Run away to all that interference. It's the same thing as not watching mainstream media anymore. Why don't we watch, or at least I'm going to talk about myself, why I don't watch anymore even a second of mainstream media? It interferes with me, everything, even the commercials interfere with me. So I don't watch it. But it will be wrong for me to force me to watch 1 hour of CNN a day and then complain about it. It's interfering with me, it's junk. Don't watch it. Make it work for you. Okay? The make it work for you and not against you is related to the law of interference. Accept that initial interference. Don't complain about it. But then once you have processed it, you have to run away if it's continue to bothering you, okay? So, second bullet, the previous sentence will be very well the work of the system. And I'm totally convinced about that, okay? Yes, if you are a flat earther and you're still watching, you haven't stopped the video, yes, I'm sorry, you have fallen for a psyop of the system, okay? 100% resonates with me after experiencing this episode and the reaction. That is loving it planting it's planting conspiracy theories and enjoying how we divide, attack, offend, and even hurt each other, discussing them. Yes, they love it. They love it how the flat earthers are full of rage, how they attack the ones that believe the earth is a globe, how they offend them. They love it. They love it. They love it. They love it. That's the plan. That's the whole plan. Okay, have you thinking about the flat earth full of rage instead of thinking about the universe and the love that is coming from the universe and this awakening that is going on. Okay, they love it. They love it. I thought that giving a platform to flat earthers to discuss the rage could work. I was completely wrong. My mistake. I apologize for that. Okay. I even commented in Wake in the Future, and I apologize to Pat and Joel. I don't know what I was thinking, honestly. To this very frequent poster there that was openly calling me out, saying that about the flat earth and that. I said, you know what? Yes, I did a video on flat earth. You want to come in the show to discuss it? I wanted to see where the rage was coming from. I was not interested in the scientific facts because I don't care. if we're living in a polygon, in a globe, or in a flat earth. I believe it's a globe, but whatever, it doesn't mean anything. Okay, I was not concerned about the scientific facts this person could present me. I was interested in understanding the rage. Why the rage? Why are you so upset? Let's talk about that, because that's the important part. I mean, that's the important part. Why, if you are so happy that you believe the earth is flat, you're so full of rage? To others, to your brothers. Oh, because you think they're Jews? Then we have a problem with that. We have a problem then. And it's perfectly normal to say, I have you on mute, I'm not going to discuss it further, okay? So, going to the next bullet, it is perfectly fine and acceptable not to engage further with individuals that are not open for a peaceful, respectful discussion. Use the mute, block, delete buttons on the platform you are using. BitChute has that option, it's great. Honestly, I don't engage much on other platforms, and the channel is in BitChute, Rumble, and Writing, but to be honest with you, we only get comments on BitChute, and personally, I only watch videos in BitChute, or comment videos in BitChute. I actually only I only make comments on videos in Wake in the Future, so it's exclusively BitChute in my case. And yes, I have several people on mute in that channel or in that platform, because even if they're not talking to me, I don't like what they're talking about. So if it's interfering with me, it's perfectly normal. You say no more, and you decide, make things work for you, okay? Wisdom is nothing in comparison with knowledge. And yes, I learned a huge lesson. But wow, that knowledge could be something that really works against you and is working against the flat earthers. Wisdom is nothing in comparison with knowledge. They're actually not even comparable. And I wanted to share something from the video we just saw. And where David Wilcox talks about, I didn't like the part he pampered his ego, saying, basically implying he's the smartest person on earth. And but I did like the part he discussed something called linear thinking to spherical thinking. And then I loved it when Mike Adams said it's holistic thinking. Yes, that's when you mix your knowledge with your heart resonator, kind of the wisdom with the knowledge together. So your heart resonator is a filter to the knowledge saying you yes, no, or this is the optics, you should see it. Okay, this is the way, this is the sense. So what David Wilcox was implying is when you are a spherical thinker, every situation like flat earth could have many explanations, okay? So yes, maybe the optics give the hint that the earth might be flat, yes, but there are other explanations why it's not, because you're a spherical thinker, you're opening yourself to all the possibilities, okay? It has nothing to do with flat earth and spherical, okay? It's a different concept. It goes to the thing that linear thinkers believe in the one truth, and linear thinkers might be the ones that fell for the vaccine, or fell for this idea that there's only one science, one explanation, one thing, one way to do things, and that's a linear way, okay? So I wanted to share that was a pretty important concept, and I didn't include it here in the slides. Our brain can be a great tool or sixth sense, or it can be your best self-weapon. Yes, flat earthers, your brain is being your best self-weapon. You're hurting yourself with your brain, making us believe we're special and smart when we're neither. Yes, and I think David Wilcox is a great guy. He has a lot of knowledge. He's very bright and smart, and he can be very spiritual at times. But also, when I saw this in that video, and then I saw the full QAnon explanation, I said, no. Also, he claims he's being contacted by Archangel Michael, and usually contactees don't identify themselves. That's a red flag. He's either making that up or he's misunderstanding things. He also then said something very interesting. You might want to watch that full video. That he also thinks he's being contacted by himself. Yes, I was when he said that. I said, finally. Yes, of course, that's your superior self coming from the future to assist you. So all the things that David Wilcox is getting might be coming from David Wilcox in the future as an ascended master. And he is maybe misunderstanding. I don't want to say he's making that up, but he's probably misunderstanding. He's being intervened by Archangel Michael. I'm not saying that's not possible. They just don't care about identifying themselves. You might be talking to Jesus, and Jesus Christ, he doesn't care that for you to know, so you can then go and pamper your ego by saying, I'm intervened by Jesus Christ. Okay? That's not the point. That's not the point at all. That's why superior beings know nothing is about the ego. Everything is about the self, okay? They know. So who cares who's intervening you as long as it's giving you good information? And finally, I will try to avoid rabbit hole subjects in the future. I apologize for this fiasco that Platter was. There is no way to give them a fair chance in their mind. Why bother? If I ever do an episode on QAnon, what I'm going to do, for example, is disable the comments for that specific episode. And so, in a way, and I'm going to ignore the emails if they are hurtful or if they are offending in a way. It's not that I take offense, guys. If you're a flat earther and you're still watching, by the way. If you are the poster from Waking the Future and you decide to watch this video, I don't take any offense in you calling me a Jew, a shield, a spawn of Satan. I know what I am. I don't have a problem with you. I really don't take that information and hurt myself, okay? You cannot offend him if I don't allow it. But it's not, I don't have time, and it's not something positive to be engaging with discussions with someone like that, okay? That's why the mute button, the block button, the delete button, okay? It's not something I want to do, basically. It's, I allow you, I have my free will, and my interference doesn't allow me even to question you. That's your reality, that's perfectly fine. If you want to believe in flat earth, I have zero rage about that. I would like to understand why you are full of rage that I think different from you. Because that's something you might want to look at. And that's what got me in this rabbit hole from Wednesday to yesterday, basically. Okay, I'm better now, I'm better today, and I learned a few lessons. I'm still young in this having a channel thing, and I am different from Pat and Joel in this way. They allow all this conversation, they don't block anyone. I don't agree with that. I don't agree in this case if the channel is going to be a positive channel. So you want to have meaningful, positive, respectful discussions, use the comment systems, or send me an email. If you want to engage in that, you are just going to be ignored respectfully, okay? Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this second episode of the day. And if everything is okay, I should be back on Monday. All right, have a great weekend. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your family and friends. And just as a matter of, standardization, I'm going to include the 2 minutes. But of course, if you already watched it today, you might want to stop the video right now. Thanks. Thank you for making it to this part of the video. This is my favorite part. This is where I suggest to you that you discover yourself. You are not what you have been groomed to believe. You are this incredible being without limits that has eternal life, amazing strength, infinite wisdom, and a big, beautiful heart. All your limits are always self-imposed. Your best version in this reality is inside you. Your only mission on this life is to become a beacon of love and guidance. This version is ready to be discovered today. How do you discover yourself? The discovery process is a personal one. No one can do it for you. Dedicate 5 minutes a day to talk to yourself and the universe. Request to be connected and ask, who am I? Where do I come from? You will start getting signs, breadcrumbs, and signals. You will notice how your notions about those realities start disappearing. No more hierarchies, no more competition, no more complaining, no more depending on others. Discovering yourself equals to breaking your matrix. Your self-imposed limits will fall, and you will be ready to serve humanity and help break this spell and deception on us. But you must be patient to allow others to wake up at their time through their own free will. That will be really soon, you will see, and that will start a new world. As you work towards your best version, you will notice how all emotions don't serve you anymore. Hate, fear, rage, pride, loss, envy, violence, justice, true violence, judgment of others, and other emotions will disappear from your mind and heart. You will understand those emotions serve only the evildoers and are not you. Please try to be understanding of others that don't think or feel like you. Everyone has a process. No one is right or wrong. We're all just different. Don't be concerned about being right, ever. Don't allow pride preventing you from patching things up with family and friends. It is very important you enjoy this life with your loved ones. Put in the work to patch things up and leave it to others to decide. Please relax and enjoy life. When everyone breaks their own matrix, humanity through our community consciousness will break the final spell. The new world will start and everything will gradually fall. Governments, hierarchies, and the medical and financial system will go from scarcity to abundance for all. Thank you very much for watching. Please share this episode. If you have any comments or suggestions, please use the comment section below. For private questions, conversations, and if you would like to appear on the show, please email me at hey@humanitywins.net. Please be sure to check out our friends from Waking the Future and their awaken-attire.com shop. They gave me my first opportunity to speak about this and I will be forever grateful. Link to their channel and shop on the show notes. Thank you again. Please don't forget to visit our website www.humanitywins.net. By giving me your time, you honor me. Have a very, very, very nice day.